No,
This is the collab that nobody asked for.
literally no one.
But today I thought we would do a university survival guide. Well, actually a Liverpool University survival guide. And so what's the word when you like, enlisted, getting there. I enlisted a fellow Liverpool University student, Izzy K 1998.
I'm actually a lot cooler than I'm making myself out to be.
Izzy, actually, where'd you go?
Well, I used to go, but yeah, I used to go to Hope Uni, Liverpool Hope.
And I obviously went to uni, well, that sounded really obnoxious, obviously. So. And I went to uni of Liverpool. So if you didn't know, Liverpool actually has like 4 unis, if 5 if you count Lipper. So there's Hope, Uni of, John Moores, and Edge Hill, which is just not in Liverpool. Over on Izzy's channel, we've got a whole video on Liverpool, the city, nightlife, kind of the non-uni aspect to Liverpool. So if you're interested in all that good stuff, head on over to Izzy's channel and you'll see our 2 faces there. Anyway, because this video is probably going to be really long, we're just going to get started and jump straight in. First kind of theme. Right, we're going to start with first year because everyone starts in first year. Honestly, don't know what I'm saying. Like, was it easy for you to make friends? Who were like your friends?
Does it sound really conceited if I'm like, yeah?
But I think this is everyone's worry before they go to uni. They're like, we're not going to make friends, but because everyone's in the same boat.
What I want to say is, in first year, like if you haven't found your people yet, don't worry about it because it's an ongoing process. So Freshers Week, I happened to meet some of my like best friends. I also happened to meet people that I never saw again for the rest of uni, so
it happens.
I just want to say, making friends at uni, people think the first week, like the first day, you're stuck with them for 3 years, and it's not the case. Yeah, I just continued to make friends throughout the 3 years.
Yeah, I made most of my friends originally in first year in my halls.
Yeah.
But then I would say I made just as many friends throughout second to third year, because I think it takes a couple of years to like fully get to know people on your course and societies, especially with your course when you're only like seeing people in lectures. Like it does take a little bit longer to like become.
Yeah, people make friends and then introduce you. Yeah, that's a huge part.
You meet a lot of people through other people.
Yeah, it's quite good because you do meet people from other unis as well. Like I have friends like John Moores,
so
Uni of.
That's the best thing about Liverpool. It's such a student city. Yeah, there's so many ways to meet people, and I also think if you go to Uni of, don't just be like, I'm only going to befriend Uni of people. You will meet people from.
You meet them at work. You meet them just out in town. Like literally just friends everywhere.
I think making friends is definitely probably everyone's biggest stress when going to uni. But I think it's just something that kind of usually happens.
Yeah.
And like, don't pressurise yourself on it and don't stress about it because everyone's there to make friends. So
I feel like you make friends in really daft ways as well, because like one of my like best friends at uni, Jordan, shout out, like I literally just became friends with her because the first night of Freshers Week, we both found out we're vegetarian. It's just like little stupid things like that.
Literally though, you just grasp onto those little things. So that's that. Also though, you will probably meet people that you don't get on with.
Yeah, don't feel like if you're in like halls or something and you're surrounded by like people you don't get on with, that you're going to be stuck with them, because that's really not the case. People do seem to like drop friendship groups, especially
that happens a lot. People, I think in first year, because everyone's forced into a situation, you will probably have people that don't get on and people that do clash in your original friendship group that you make. But I think the best thing to just do is be as like mature as possible about it. Like just try and keep it civil. More likely than not, the friendship group will naturally just kind of disintegrate. No, that sounds terrible. That doesn't sound good. And the thing is, there will always be some sour cherries in a pack of ripe cherries, and sometimes you just gotta compost.
Yeah. I love your sayings.
Anyway, well that's that. Did you join any societies?
Short and simple, no I didn't.
I think everyone's like, join societies, but it's not the be all and end all.
No, for sure. Like, there's societies there if you want to join them. Like, I know the sporting societies, I'm sure like every uni are like the most popular ones. I didn't join societies myself, but every single Wednesday, I think this is the same for like most unis, it's like the sporting society.
Yeah, and AU nights are Wednesday nights, and they're pretty mad.
So I just used to go out with like all the society
This is
people
the
you
thing
send
as well,
out.
because you don't actually have to be a part of a society. Like,
Go out on a Wednesday night, you get the social life from all that, because like
just go to the
everyone
venue.
in Liverpool is out. Level Wednesday.
Yeah. So, what was I going to say? So, Liverpool Hope Freshers is actually the week after Uni of and John Moore's Freshers.
Yeah, I think we start a week after.
Yeah,
so I think they do it on purpose so that not
it would
the whole
be
students.
Freshers is ridiculous anyway.
Yeah.
You have just students descending on the city, so they stagger it a little bit, which is probably for the best. Did you go out every night in Freshers?
I was so determined to go out every single night, but I think we made it till the Tuesday, and then so I think I went out probably about 5 nights in Freshers. Not making it out was also another issue. Like sometimes you don't know your limits in Freshers.
That is the thing. No, learn your limits, people. Yeah. It will save you so many.
Like Freshers is hard work.
No, Freshers will legitimately kill you off, and I think you should probably go in with the mindset that you're not going to go out every night. Give yourself a night off.
Give yourself a pat on the
back
if you make it.
I think I did 5 or 6 nights in first year, but boy was I ill for months after that.
Freshers flu is
a
so
real thing.
Real.
Freshers flu, it's genuinely a real thing. It's an issue.
No, but the good thing is I feel like unis are so lenient towards Freshers Week. Like my first ever lecture, it was like after a night out. I was just sat there in a class. It was like 11 o'clock in the morning. And I just remember my lecturer handing me the sheet, like, to sign your name and stuff, and I just looked at it for about 5 seconds, and I just went, and then he took the sheet off me and was like, we've all been there, and I was like, oh my god.
This is the thing though, like, first year doesn't count. If I could tell my first year self anything, it's just to, don't take it too seriously. I genuinely think that the whole point of first year at university is to kind of have fun, put yourself out there, try new things, make friends, but the uni bit is like, such a small part of all of that, I think.
Yeah, for sure.
And like, it doesn't count, you do just need to pass. I mean, I don't recommend just passing borderline.
No.
Because I did have a flatmate that failed, and that can really be very inconvenient, to say the least. Definitely, like, do put work in and do show up to the lectures, like you are paying for them. Like,
pace yourself.
Yeah, pace yourself, but say yes to things. Like if someone's like asking you to go on a night out, go on the night out. Yeah. Don't do it if you have 9 till 5 labs the next day though.
No.
that was a regret.
But also, when you're 18, 19, you hack a hangover better than you do when you're like 21.
Hangovers didn't exist in my first year, and I missed, like, honestly, I was fresh as a daisy the next day, like, sucking JK around like a brick.
Yeah. So I feel like our accommodation was so different. I remember, like, Hope Uni accommodation isn't like bad at all. Like I've been so...
No, it's lovely.
That sounds so it's so nice, bless them, they try.
For uni accommodation, like, it's really nice.
I've seen some uni accommodations and it's literally like how do people live here. So I got there and I was like, oh, it's good. And then I went to visit my other friend, you know, Georgie.
Who was at Crown Place.
And I got there and I was like, oh my god, this is a penthouse. I was like, you didn't tell me you live.
I definitely think Uni Hall has very, very good accommodation. Yeah, but how much was yours, just out of interest?
I want to say 120.
Yeah, okay, so mine was like 155.
Yeah, that sounds
so definitely cheaper.
Yeah, so, and I'm not going to lie, I would prefer to have the option to have the money rather than the accommodation, because I think your cheapest accommodation was still more expensive.
Oh yeah, our cheapest I think
most expensive.
Yeah, still in the hundreds or something. I think Crown Place, Philharmonic Court, Vine Court.
Are they all ensuite and stuff like that? Are they all?
Green Bank. I think those 4 halls are pretty much identical interior, and then like there's Melville Grove, which is a cheaper one, which is slightly older but still really nice. I think we should probably mention this because I feel like we haven't mentioned this. It will be obvious if you're looking into Liverpool Hope. Liverpool Hope's very different location to Uni off campus. So Uni off campus is a city centre campus. I'll try and insert a map of where they both are and reference the city centre and stuff.
So we have 2 campuses, 2 teaching campuses. So we have the Hope Park, which is in Chilwell, which is a little while out of the city. That's where I stayed on my first year. Or then you also have the Creative Campus, which is if you're doing like
creative stuff.
Yeah, that's right in the city centre. I think
I've seen that.
Yeah, it's like an 8-minute walk from some of your accommodation.
Yeah. And then, just if you were interested, John Moores, I don't know exactly where John Moores is, but it's kind of just separated all throughout the city centre. So there's kind of quite a lot of buildings up by our campus, and then there's quite a lot of buildings the other side of the city centre. So John Moores is not a campus uni, it's a city uni, so there's just buildings kind of all throughout the city.
It literally does go like John Moores uni of, John Moores uni of.
Yeah, literally, John Moores is just everywhere. Yeah. And then the last point I wanted to touch on is like group chats before you go. So I don't know if I presume it's the same for every uni, but you have like people make group chats on like Facebook, and you can kind of meet your flatmates through that. And did you join it?
Yeah, so I joined them, Facebook groups and stuff, and I remember like adding people on Facebook before I got there, but like I'm so nervous, I didn't talk to like anyone.
I was the same, I didn't join a single group chat, I did not look, because I was not all that excited about going to uni, and so like I was like, I literally can't look at these group chats, because there is going to be guaranteed some guys trying to talk big, trying to be these big lads. Because I eventually joined the chat once I was there and I looked through it, and these people that I'd met who were chatting all this rubbish in this like, chat, and you meet them in real life and they're just stood there, you're like, why were you doing this? Like, it was jokes. But like, I know if I read that before I went to uni, that would have put me off. Yeah, that would have been it. That would have been the nail in the coffin, I wouldn't have gone. So I didn't join the chat, and like my flatmates had a chat for our flat before I went, and like because there was only 3 of them in there and I wasn't in it, they were like, that's it, we've got like a flat of weirdos. So if you do join a group chat and you can't find any flatmates, I promise they're not all weird. I wasn't that weird. Like, they're a good thing to join, but also don't stress about joining them. But yeah, they're a great thing if you want to meet people. Just don't take what people say to you literally, because people are just chatting nonsense.
I'm here to like defend the Hope Uni, so you're welcome guys, if anyone from Hope's watching, don't worry.
She's got your back.
I'm repping. Yeah, people think because it's not a Russell Group uni, it's not a red brick uni, that's actually no good, but it's actually like second for student satisfaction. So.
This is the thing, like Russell Group is irrelevant. Russell Group just basically means they're like doing research, like they're actively doing research, and so it's really kind of irrelevant if you're doing a subject that isn't based off
research.
The belief that you have to go to a Russell Group for it to be a good uni is a complete. We've had a coffee break while Iris made her lunch. Cheers. Spilling the tea. The university.
Oh, I like it. So it's sort of like the unofficial ranking of the stereotypes from the Liverpool unis is people forget about Edge Hill, won't lie. Then it goes uni of John Moores, and then it's just sort of Hope. But Hope isn't that bad. In fact, it's not bad at all. Like classes are good. Like lecturers, they're all doctors. Like they all know their stuff, and it's just a laugh. Because at the end of the day, no one takes it too serious. It's great.
No, that's the thing. I think most unis, like everyone has this Russell Group, got to go to a Russell Group.
Yeah,
but
it's not like that at all.
Non-Russell Group unis are also great unis. In some aspects, they're even better because a lot of lecturers at Russell Group unis are so in it for their research that the actual lecturing
about their classes,
is like kind of just the bit on the side that they have to do. So
my top tip would be look at the course.
Yeah,
rather than
look at the course, look around the uni.
The reputation of the uni.
Like a uni that isn't a Russell Group or isn't good on the charts, just go to it. Go to the uni that you want to go to, and don't let rankings and charts and all that nonsense get in the way.
If it's good enough for you,
it's good enough for me. It's good enough for you.
Right, next theme, I'm going to talk about budgeting very briefly, because I think this is quite like.
I can't do it just straight off.
Well, yeah, I can't. It's basically saying that you're just not taught in school, and then all of a sudden, hey, I'm in charge of all my money. I personally, I don't know about you, the way I manage my money is I just did a weekly budget, and that's what I found easiest, because I know some people who did like monthly budgets, but then that gets quite complicated.
First week it's all gone.
Yeah, exactly.
Payday.
At the same time, some weeks you'll spend more, some weeks you'll spend less, so don't be like, rigorous. Don't be like, I'm not going to do this because it'll mean I'll go over my budget for £5, because there'll be a week where you go under £5. Well, I can hope there's a week where you go. Sometimes that never comes.
Yeah.
What about you then?
Yeah, I did week by week.
Yeah.
What I actually ended up doing is transferring all my money out of my current account, my savings account, minus my weekly budget. So I tried to stick to about £60–70 a week, minus my rent.
I think that's probably the best way to do it, because then you can physically see how much you have left.
You don't miscalculate.
And there's no way that you accidentally spend all your loan in a day. Because I have heard people who have done that, and then what do you do for the rest of the month with no money?
Did you just hear a noise?
Yeah, I did just hear that. I sound like a lion.
That sounded right behind us.
You never see us again, guys. Something I can recommend is meal planning, because then you can do like one big weekly food shop. If you have the meal plan and you know what you're cooking, and you're less likely to spend loads of money on Uber Eats, takeaways.
Something that I found in the end, that because I always used to buy in bulk and I thought I'd save money doing that, but then I ended up buying loads of unnecessary stuff. Like, so I ended up by third year just literally as I needed it, almost buying it, like going every couple of days rather than doing.
When I moved to
shops.
Smithdown, I definitely did start just
Smithdown.
going to it, yeah, because that big Asda is, I love the Asda, I can't lie. And so I would just go to the Asda for the
proper Scouse term, that.
The Asda.
They all say the Asda.
They do, actually. I'd end up just going for the meal and just buying stuff then, because you're just near to a supermarket. When I lived in the city centre, the supermarkets were, they were a bit more effort to get to, so I do a weekly shop.
Takeaways though, that's probably the biggest waste of money, because you really wish that you didn't spend like £7 on a pizza.
Yeah. What's that garlic bread place you wrote about?
Carlitos. Smithdown takeaways.
Honestly, Izzy's Snapchat story was Carlitos at least like once a week. And then like the final bit, part-time jobs. I get quite a lot of people commenting like,
where do you work?
Would you get a part-time job? Where do you work? Where do you recommend? Are there part-time jobs going? I didn't have a part-time job in first or second year.
Okay, yeah. But you worked in the holidays, didn't you?
Yeah, so I think that is
I don't know anyone, I think, that didn't work at all during uni.
Yeah, so I didn't work when I was at uni, but when I came home I had a job and I worked like pretty full on when I came home. So that meant I didn't have to work in uni time. I think getting a job in first year, I probably wouldn't recommend it myself unless you have to, just because like there's so many other stresses in first year and you're so busy meeting people and doing things. I just don't know where a part-time job would fit in.
I generally think if you've got the opportunity to get a job at home, during the holidays, take that.
If you have a job before going to uni, definitely stay on talking terms. Because that is like my biggest advice. Like so good.
And then it got to like second and third year, and I just needed a job during term time. So
I actually also had like, I was meant to be going to California, but it got cancelled. And so I was like at the start of third year, I was like, I want to have some like spending money for when I go to California, because it was like a uni field trip. So I got a job for third year. And we paid.
Where did we work? We actually ended up getting a job at the same place.
Anfield buddies.
Yeah, it was good. Yeah.
Well, there is positives of Anfield. If you are looking for a part-time job with super flexible casual hours,
work in a sports club somewhere.
It's casual work, so you so much more flexible on what matches you can and can't work.
If you've got a deadline that week, you're not expected to work. So
a night out.
Yeah.
There wasn't all that great, I can't lie. Like it's not easy to get to Anfield on a match day.
Yeah.
Getting home, the buses don't run.
It takes you like 2 hours to get back.
It takes you 2 hours to get home.
And we lived like, what, half an hour away?
Given a lot of matches finish at like 10, you're then not getting home till midnight, and it's cold.
Anfield's a bit of a dodgy area, and then we're going to a dodgy
somewhere
area.
You'd want to be walking by yourself at midnight. So that is the cons. The cold. The cold was
the worst. Yeah.
It's cold work. So if you're going to get a job as a steward, layer up.
Literally.
But it's good pay and it's easy work for what it is.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Like you just have to stand and look.
Yeah.
I mean, not standing and look. Safely your fans is so important.
Working in a sports club is one of the most common things for students. Also, bar work. But
you did bar work.
I did bar work as well. Yeah, I enjoyed it. The only thing that got to me was the hours, because I feel like having to work till like 4 o'clock in the morning, and then if you've got like a 9–10 a.m, There's the chance to work at the uni as well.
Yeah,
I'm sure.
we have the guild.
Yeah, so you've got like cafes and stuff like that. We've got
I wish I got a job at the guild. If I can say anything, get a job at the guild. The guild Starbucks, the guild, the Sphinx, honestly, they are so flexible with the hours, great pay, on campus, so you don't have to travel anywhere.
So this is like, I'm sure, like the people that tour open days.
Yeah, so when
That's
you're
what
in
I did as well.
halls, you'll get the opportunity. Emails will be sent around asking if you want to like be a tour guide on an open day. Really good money, really easy. I did it for one of the open days, and you just show people around your flat and explain it. That's another good way to make money. So
yeah, if you can get a job at uni, do it, because they are probably going to be the most understanding about the student hours and hours that you can work.
Right, the final theme we finally made. I feel like we've been sat here for like 2 hours.
I know, you're going to have so much fun editing this.
Oh god, yeah, lucky me. We are really briefly going to cover this topic, is studying.
What's that? No, I'm joking.
Skim reading is something I would say. So you'll have to read so much, and you cannot possibly
read like 3 books a week
in depth. Like, no. For me, like a lot of my reading were scientific journals. So like we had abstracts, introductions, kind of results discussion, conclusion. So for like science-based subjects, read the abstract, read the conclusion, kind of gather if this is along the right lines of what you're looking for before even reading the results and stuff, because there's no point reading the entire thing if it's not at all backing up any points you're actually trying to make in your essay.
So what I used to do is say, say I was reading a book on celebrity theory, but I was doing an essay specifically on like micro celebrities. I would do the control F, and I just type in the keyword.
A lifesaver.
Yeah, instead of having to read everything.
For sure. Word search.
Chapters at a time.
100%.
Word search. Also make notes as you go along. You don't want to be going back.
Make your lecture notes. If you miss a lecture, all of our lectures are recorded. So if you miss a lecture, get online, rewatch it, make your notes. You'll thank yourself when it comes to exams. And then finally, would you say your degree was harder than A-levels?
Straight off the bat, no. I think A depends on the subject. So I found it a lot easier because I really, really enjoyed my subject. That made a huge difference. But it depends.
So like, I would say the biggest difference between degree and A-levels is you don't have that kind of one-on-one tuition. Like you're kind of left to your own bat, and it's very much more independent. In an A-level, for instance, you'll probably sit down in the class, your teacher will give you an essay title, she'll talk through every point, how you should approach it, what content, you'll have a textbook with everything in it, whereas with degree, you'll get given an essay, you have to work out what the essay is asking you, you've got to do all the reading yourself, you've got to find your major points, you've got to plan it all yourself, you're just not pointed in the right direction at all. Like, it's so free. That's the probably only aspect where it's more difficult, content-wise. Like the exams are so much easier. Yeah. Because A-level you're learning textbooks and textbooks.
I don't know how they expect A-level students to remember everything like.
But I say that, like, I did work, I'd say I worked harder for my degree exams than I did for my A-levels. They just felt a lot more bearable. Yeah. Like, I was stressed during exam season, but like, it wasn't,
I feel like the exams and the actual studying is better, it's better structured at uni.
Yeah, for sure. Like, it just makes so much more sense.
Yeah. So if you're thinking about doing a degree and you're thinking like, oh my gosh,
A-levels have killed me.
Yeah, I wouldn't let that put you off though.
No, not at all.
No. Yeah.
I honestly hated A-levels, but I love my degree, so that's that. Well, a round of applause for us, because we've literally been talking for an hour. Like, I am exhausted. Anyway, thank you for watching the video. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe for more quality content, and I'll see you when I next see you.